She's still just eating away, quite content. Looks like she's going to come over and try and say hello a little bit. And if she does, that's okay. She's not walking the fence. If she goes to walk in the fence, I'll just try to bring her mind back to us and see if she'll stop and think and relax a little bit. So she's going to go into a little mode here and just go to walk at the fence. So we'll see if we can get her attention and just sort of say, hey, we're still here. So she's sort of flicking her ears and looking this way a little bit. So yeah, we'll back off and give her room. She's going to have herself a good drink now. And who knows how long this mare goes between drinks and eating. I mean, she just walks and walks the fence. You can see both ways. She's wallowed the fence this way, and then she's wallowed the fence that way. She just has not stopped. And I've been following Warwick's stuff for a little bit, and this mare's turned up, and I've come down here this afternoon to continue on with her handling. She's in here for halter breaking and just general handling, getting ready to break. And I've come down here this afternoon with just all intentions to go on from yesterday's lesson and continue on with her leading lessons and stuff. And I've stepped into the pen and she's just pace. And I thought, let me try some of this Warwick stuff and see what we get here. And I wasn't here 3 minutes and she'd stopped and started yawning. And I'm telling you, it wasn't like she looked like she was going to lay down. This mare would have been on the ground if the ground was not wet, I swear to God. So she's thought about it, but she's gone back to eat. And if I leave here, this mare will go to pacing this fence. So I'm just going to let her comfort here, and I might hang out here for 30 minutes or so and just sort of be, hey, it's okay, and see where this leads down the road. We'll keep going. I'm not going to do anything else with her today. I'm going to let this be her lesson. I was really hoping she was going to lay down before. If she'd have laid down before, it would have been great, because I reckon she'd have went to sleep. This mare's looking very relaxed. I mean, I know you can't see it on the video because I didn't video her yesterday, but she's swishing flies and she's just stomping flies and munching on hay, and she's very relaxed. This is not this filly at all. This filly's take a bite, run the fence, take a bite, run the fence. I wish I had this on video the first time I did it, when she nearly went to the ground. Again, I'm going to really try to track down Warwick and see if I can get a little bit more information on this. He's a nice guy. He'll be happy to help you out and tell you all that he knows. But anyway, we'll see how we get along with it. We'll just keep videoing here and see how long this lasts. I've just turned over 4 minutes of this video of this mare standing still. That'd be the longest she's stood still since she's been here. She's very content just to stand there. Warwick says if we can bring their mind back to the present and break their concentration of that just zombie trance, that they'll stop going there, that they'll stay here and relax in time. in their mind, and it's sure proven right here. And as I say, this mare hasn't got even 3 minutes of it on her. Wasn't doing it a minute and a half, and she was trying to go to sleep. As you can see, she walked over there and thought about it, but I don't know, this is pretty mind-blowing. I'm going to send this to Warwick. Coming up 6 minutes, this mare's relaxed. She has not any even inclination of walking that fence right now. I've never seen this mare stand and eat. Not since she's been here. She's going to think about it. She worries where the black and white horse is. There's a black and white paint horse way off over here. And maybe I can zoom in on him. Anyhow, there's a black and white paint horse over there. And this little mare comes from a place she's never been alone. Or never been outside of another horse. And she's always worried where he is. And if he gets a little further away, she'll go to running the fence. And as you can see, she's just looked up there and looked at him and walked right back and gone to eating. This has never happened. This mare's been here for now, will be 10 days, I guess, maybe 11. She's not stopped running the fence or walking the fence since the day she got here. She's going on well with her education. She learns well. She's a mare that doesn't give you a light bulb when she learns. She just teaches her a lesson, and tomorrow you can tell she had it, she learnt it. But now watching this, tomorrow is going to be very interesting to see if you do get a big light bulb now that she's chilled and relaxing. Don't know. Don't know where it's going to lead, but as I said, I intend to get in touch with Warwick Schiller and find out where it's going to lead and what we're going to do and how we're going to go about it, because this is a pretty expensive type mare, and if we can make her extraordinary, that'd be even better. And if we can get her to relax, we got a better chance of making her extraordinary. So, as I said, I will find out. But I've never seen this ever. Not in all the horses I've ever handled. Again, let's see what we're going to do here. Black and white horse has walked out of the way and is now walking back. So he left and is coming back. She's walked over. Here we go. Look at this. If this mare lays down and goes to sleep, I'm going to drive to Warwick Schiller's place in California to see what's going on here. Horses don't roll when they are high anxiety. Lana Reinhardt, you live in California. You need to get in touch with this guy and sort your horse out. He'll have your horse fixed in a week. Well, hello. Look at this. Absolutely unbelievable. 10 minutes. 10 minutes since I started this second video, since she started putting her head down eating. And she stayed relaxed for 10 minutes. She hasn't stayed relaxed for 10 seconds. Like I said, I stepped into the pen here, come down here to open this green gate that I'm leaning up against, that one right there, to go into my breaking pen. And everybody's going to go, oh, that's a small breaking pen. Well, yeah, we're not here to judge each other's methods. She was going in here and she was going to get handled in this breaking pen. She was going to go through this green gate. I walked in here, she was zombie trancing up and down that fence there like she does up and down this fence every day. She's got wallowed out 2 foot deep from going back and forth. I watched Warwick's deal the other day. I just happened to stumble onto it about the grey Mustang mare that he went step for step with because he couldn't get her to give him a sign. Yeah, this mare's just moved now. She didn't go anywhere. Anyhow, he went step with step on this grey Brumby mare or Mustang mare, and to do the same thing because he couldn't get it to give him even so much of a blink when he was working the flag, which he didn't like the flag or something. There was something reason why he couldn't get with the flag, but anyhow he just step for step back and forth across the pen until she noticed him, and he applied this same method of releasing her. And I got in this pen and I was like, I've been listening to it, and I've got an earbud that I listen to it all day, and I've been listening to the podcasts and anyhow, because I kind of find it pretty interesting because how expensive show horse is a fence walker. Anyway, I got in here and I thought, well, shit, I've been listening to it all this time for the last month or so. Here's my perfect chance to give it a go and see what happens. And I've been around horses long enough that I can sort of listen to somebody's theory and catch on to what the guts of it really is. And Warwick explained on one horse about getting it, even if it just gives you a flick of an eyelid, so to speak, when you get its attention, to back up and give it plenty of room and then work with it that way. And it's exactly what I did with this mare. And at first I tried the step for step because she wouldn't give me anything with the flag or with my flag here. And here she comes again. And she wouldn't give me anything, and so I went the step for step thing, and I still wasn't getting anywhere. And then I sort of got a little more aggressive with my flag as far as noise went, and she gave me an ear and an eye, and I backed up, and she went again, and I flapped my flap again and flapped my flag again, and she gave me an ear again, and I backed up again, and I did this again. I don't know. Maybe it took me 50 seconds, 45 seconds to get the first attention, and then probably 20 seconds the second time, third time 10, fourth time was when she stopped and yawned and pawed the ground and was going to lay on the ground, and because it was wet she didn't go down at the time, and acted like she'd been walking for 10 days, which she has been. So tired, she was like couldn't keep her eyes open. I've never seen a horse yawn like it. Went to chomping her mouth, licking her lips. And then that mesh fence there, she went to rubbing all up and down that like a wild hog, or an itchy hog, I should say. And I guess she could be a little itchy, but because it has rain and stuff. But she had no interest in itching herself when she was 9-0 up and down this fence here. But here she's still eating, and we're clocking over 14 and a half minutes now. And she has not looked at pacing the fence. You can see it right here. I have not turned the camera off. Again, once I'm going to give her a little longer just because I'd like her to settle down and have a feed. So I'm going to stand here and be bored. But, well, I'm not really bored. I'm pretty fascinated about it, actually. Okay, if this horse had dropped on the ground over there and went to sleep when she started yawning, which I swear to God she would have if it wasn't wet, I would have been on my way to California, I reckon. This is happening right before my eyes, and I've never seen anything like it before. Lana, I'm going to send you this. You're crazy if you don't try it. It's dead simple, and I'll come and show you how to do it. It's so simple. All you do is just understand a little bit of what you're trying to get accomplished here, and it'll happen right before your eyes, or it has on this one. And this is probably as bad a one as I've seen. I don't know whether it's because I'm here. This horse is going to lay down again. She's sure thinking about it. You haven't got to be around one long to see the look on her tail and eye. Here we go. Bang. Tell me this horse is not... this is crazy shit I've ever seen in my life. No fucking way. No way. The paint horse is walking down the fence, the one she cannot take her eyes off of, and she's not going to stand up. Fuck off. Sorry for the language, but this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. I've worked with the best horsemen in the world. I've never seen this. She's not even going to walk over to the corner and have a look what he's doing. Well, not at the moment. 16 minutes and 50 seconds and she's going to walk over to me instead. No. She walked past me. I don't know what that was all about, whether she wants to pace this fence and I'm in her way. Yeah, that's probably what this is. So let's try something here. Let's see if I can bring her back into the... We'll see if she'll come back into the moment here by herself before we get too carried away. And she did. And the pain, this is how she usually goes. Munches and walks, munches and walks. But she'll be over here on this fence by now, sucked up, going hard. You've seen her just about knock me over. I thought she was going to say hello, but she tried to get around this corner where she's been walking. So you can see this track around this bog hole. Up there, back down here, around this hole. So she's just come around here and tried to knock me over to get to that paint horse over there, which she'd usually be running this fence, but she's calmly gone back over here. Now she's taken another drink, and she's just calmly walked over here and gone back to eating. She hasn't even gone to stand in the corner at the moment to see what he's doing. She's not even looking at him. And you just seen her lay down and act like she was going to lay there. If he didn't walk down the fence, she'd have laid there and went to sleep. You know she's tired. She hasn't stopped walking. Warwick said this Mustang, and it has to be the truth because it's on video, I guess, and there's a bunch of people there watching it, viewers watching it, on a clinic that he did. All he did was allow a Mustang to recognise that he'd noticed this Mustang had an issue. And this Mustang went on the ground and laid down and went to sleep for 4.5 hours. And it was a horse that bolted. And this happened 2 days in a row at this clinic. And now I think we're talking like 3 or 4 years down the road now. And I hope that's right. I'm going to send this video to Warwick, so Warwick, I hope that's right. But anyway, this horse never bolted since. And here I'm watching results of stuff I've never seen. And this horse's friend that she wants to climb out of this pen with is right there. That's Kruger. And typically she'd be climbing up this fence. You can see it. I mean, look at it. There's a berm up here nearly to the bottom wire. To look over the fence and hang a head over there and run up and down this fence looking at him. And she's going to stand here. Now this was her breakfast. And it's got to be close to 2:30 in the afternoon. And it looked like she'd had 2 chomps of her breakfast. And now she's just about eaten it. We're going up 20 minutes. I've had this video running. This mare has not walked the fence in 20 minutes. This just goes to show you what happens when you get inside a horse's head. Jimmy Wilton always said you train their brain, you don't train their body. Get inside their head and think about how they think, work out how they think. Well, Warwick's sure done that. Didn't even try to go on pace. Went for a look, turned around, hadn't even looked at the black and white horse. Knows he's there, or doesn't know he's there, I don't know. Knows he's there and is content to know he's there. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. I can't explain it. There she goes. Staring off, watching him. He's walked all the way down to the end of the arena here now. What's she gonna do? Is she gonna go to trancing, or will she go back and eat? She go back and eat. I'll be damned. Again, she'd usually be bite, walk, bite, walk, bite, walk, bite, walk. And she might walk a little bit, but boy, oh boy, what a difference. That's 22 minutes exactly since she started to walk. Since I started this film, she only just started to walk. And she's still thinking that eating's better. I get the inside their head principle of this lesson very well, and goes along a lot with the way I train horses anyway. So I get what's going on here. I get this, how this horse is computing this. It never crossed my mind to do it. Genius. Warwick said he stumbled onto it, but I'm going to give him credit for being a genius. He's obviously mastered it. I ain't ever seen anything like it. I hope Warwick uses this video. Sorry you'll have to beep out a few words, but that was just crazy. Sometimes things are just unexplainable when it happens right before your eyes. I can see her repeating this daily for a few days. Like Warwick said on that grey Mustang, it was the 8th day that she stopped pacing. She hasn't paced since. Doesn't pace in the round pen, doesn't pace in the arena, doesn't pace in her pen. Just doesn't pace. And he just matched her steps across the arena for 7 days, I believe it was, and on the 8th day she stopped. And I can see that happening just real easy with this mare, if it doesn't stop here within a day or two. I ain't never seen anything like this. Like I say, I damn sure ain't gonna work. This is her lesson for today. It could be her lesson for the next week. If I can stop a horse from pacing. See what she does. See if she'll find her own peace. She'd like to come around and start walking around this corner, and I'm in her way. I'm going to get out of the way here in a minute, but I think I'm just going to give her a second and see if she'll just find her own peace and go back to eat. And if she doesn't, I'm going to let her go to walk this fence and see if I can bring her attention back and get her to go back to eating. So it'll be curious to see what happens here. Black and white horse is starting to move around, but he's still just right there. But as you can see, she's starting to get anxious and antsy. Let's see if she can just sort of bring herself back to the moment, or if she's going to get worked up again. As I say, I am in her way, but we'll see if just me being here is enough to break her attention, to get her to go back over and relax. Or if I step out of the way and bring her attention back to the moment, will she come back to feed? See, she's not doing the... She's still wanting to nibble around on the ground and stuff. She just hasn't gone into that I have to go where the black and white horse is. I know she's walking. But this is a different horse. See, she's smelling where she's pacing, but she's not gone into that trance. I think she's probably going to. Maybe not the trance. I mean, who knows what's going to go on here? I mean, this is just gone completely opposite to what you'd expect. Well, no, it's not opposite to what you expect. That's why I've been listening to it. It's exactly what he said was going to happen. I mean, Warwick's described it. Well, he didn't describe it this, that she's going to walk around and all that, but he described this relaxed mode. I mean, there's no doubt this horse is in relaxed mode. I've been around enough horses to know a relaxed horse when I see one. Here we go. Now, let's see what she does here. She's going to settle. She's not the head up running like she was. See if she's just going to... Again, she stopped. And she just stopped on her own and went back to eat. I'll have to get in touch with Dan James. He's good mates with Warwick Schiller. And get Warwick's number and send this to him. He'll want to see this. fence now. But here goes the black and white horse. So he's walked off, and like he's just heading off and he's done. And what's she going to do now? And if she does go, can I bring her back and get her to chill and go back to eat? She's getting nervous now. Here goes the manure. Now we're starting to act more like ears up. We're going to take a little bit of notice of what's going on. If he continues to walk off, this mare would usually go to pretty hard running. No, not hard runner, but hard pace in the fence, I should say. I shouldn't say running. She does run the fence, but she wouldn't typically go to hard running. She even thought about coming back and having a feed then. And you seen her when I got here. I got this on two videos. So I think there's a 5-minute video before this where I stopped this nonsense of her walking the fence and got her attention. And then this video is of what's happened once she stopped the pacing. I stopped the video when she stopped the pacing, and then I thought, well, I'll just keep videoing this and see what happens. Well, we're going on 31.5 minutes now. We're not doing any pacing. I mean, if you've seen what I stopped, this was zombie pacing, head over the fence, up and down. You can see the tracks. She didn't do this, standing like that. And at the moment, she's looking at the horses up there in the other pasture behind the house, but we're not running the fence. Again, all I did was flap this black cloth to make a noise when this mare was walking that fence back and forth like a zombie. And I flapped it and flapped it and flapped it and could not get her to look at me. And finally she flickered an ear and I walked away to this corner of the pen. And when she started going again, I flapped it till she flicked an ear or give me an eye. And eventually I did it 4 times and she stopped right there. And she yawned and she licked her lips and she munched her jaw together, munched her mouth together and went to licking her lips and yawned and yawned and yawned. And I mean yawned. Like I've never seen a horse yawn over and over again. Like a tired horse I've been walking all night was the way